Hello, Just Too Good here, and today I'm doing a first for the channel. I'll be doing a best and worst list. I was thinking about the variety of LEGO Microfigs and how there's great ones and bad ones alike. Whether it be statuettes, the LEGO Games Microfigures, the baby figures, where there's two types. I guess I won't count Maggie since that's a regular minifig baby. And I'm not counting baby animals, no matter how cute the dinos are. I guess the rules are these have to be humanoid-ish. Let's just get on to the list. For my 10th best, I could be cynical about Hollywood's annoyingly, quote, cute cash grab characters and still really appreciate the original Baby Groot Baby Fig. This is one entire piece as a single unique sculpt, something a certain marketable baby should have had for their body. I love how the design also includes 2 points of pole connections at the hands, which makes Groot easier to hold than other baby figs. Of course, there's also anti-stud at the base. Additionally, this was released for the Spring 2017 Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 wave, which gave us 2 variants. While the unrobed version is the one I like more for recognizability, I like the variation between the two. The one with the team outfit having an angrier expression. This particular version has a fantastic range of colors and prints. For the 10th worst, the Professor McGonagall statuette from the Micro Hogwarts D2C gets some of her recognizable green outfit. I tied to the classic LEGO Harry Potter minifigures down well, but the face just doesn't give her vibes and the figure looks like it has green hair. Maggie Smith with green hair is something I'd never think of. And the 9th best for me is a tie between the 2 figures from the first LEGO Minecraft set ever, the Kuso Micro World. The Micro World Creeper and Steve. I don't play Minecraft or care for the franchise, and as someone who doesn't care for micro scale sets for the most part, I thought these two were incredibly interesting interpretations of their video game counterparts. The Steve one was the first time I saw 1x1 printed tiles with printing at the side, 2 to make up his face, and the Creeper has a perfect micro interpretation of the character to me, made out of 3 pieces in total. Very clever and appealing to LEGO fans outside of the franchise. And the 9th worst, the Microfigure Vader in the 2012 LEGO Star Wars Battle of Hoth board game has a printed Vader mask which doesn't look very good. I get that existing helmet piece was too large for the microfigure, but I think these needed just a new microfigure helmet in general. Shout out to Hiroka for actually giving us microfigure helmets. Shout out to Hiroka in general, which is just a cool and creative little mini sub-theme within the board games line that's often forgotten. And for the 8th best, this entry is a tie between the Ariel Microdolls and Mirabelle Microdolls, which are both adorable yet accurate interpretations of their animated Disney counterparts. I love how both have 2 different faces, albeit the Mirabelle one across 2 sets. The super happy face is super cutely done. I also like the specialized body for Ariel to give her a mermaid tail. For the 8th worst, if you're going to go generic, at least make them varied. While the 2010 Hogwarts board game had a variety for its random unnamed students, the 2015 LEGO Helicarrier gives you 8 of the exact same shield agent design. At least give us some different skin colors. And it's not just the redundancy of its appearance in the set that's bringing this down. I don't remember shield agents from the movie that this is based on looking like this. Wearing a big shield agent logo with a helmet, it's confusing. I get it, they're like, how do we represent a shield agent? Let's just spam the logo on their torso. Clint has his hair print. The others have their mask prints or bold head illustrated, so is this a helmet or did they just have blue facial hair all around? The design wasn't very thought out, and the closest shield agent I can relate this to is the one with Dan Aykroyd's face from the first set with Miles Morales and Carnage ever. Carnage's shield sky attack from the same year, 2015. That was actually a great $13 LEGO Marvel set. Darn it. Why am I getting nostalgic for 2015 LEGO sets? I'm gonna cry in a corner watching my old 2015 video stroking my sealed copy of Ice Bite's Claw Driller. Thank you very much, bye. For 7th best, one of my favorite LEGO statuette figures is one I like for how clever it is. See, I like how this Doctor Strange set uses micro builds to add perspective to design. This set illustrating a faraway view of a city through a portal. The same is why I love the LEGO mini Aleister Moody statuette from the 2022 Hogwarts Moments Defense Against the Dark Arts Classroom set. This set includes a chest to put the Micro Moody. This isn't meant to be like a Mad-Eye Doll or a Shrunken Moody, rather it's a perspective inclusion. Mad-Eye is trapped about 10 feet down in this 7-lock trunk, so having a tiny piece for perspective is great. Or maybe I'm looking too into this and LEGO was just like, how do we get Aleister Moody in the trunk? Regardless, for such a split-second variant, LEGO does a great job for the tiny statuette format and printing. And who doesn't want a Brendan Gleeson microfigure? And the seventh force is the microfigure LEGO Lost for the LEGO Lord of the Rings 2013 Battle of Helm's Deep board game. A set strangely never released in the United States. If this was apart from the board game and you told me this was LEGO Lost, I just wouldn't believe you. The strange lime green used does not work for LEGO Lost's base image. I mean, the more colorful bases for microfigures in this game definitely throw off a few in accuracy. I'm sure the color contrast comes to distinguish the characters during play though. Oh, and I forgot that this set gave us a LEGO Eowyn, a character that we haven't even gotten as a minifigure. I'm not sure why LEGO didn't go with the green base used for the Rohan Swordsman, a more generic troop character. Anyways, this design tries to throw in some tan for LEGO Lost's hair, but it's all kind of lost in the strange lime design. The sixth best is the statuette Ron from the same 2018 direct-to-consumer Micro Hogwarts set. This reminds me of Ron from Potter Puppet Pals, which started out as flash animations way back in the day, and eventually became a series of live-action shorts, which the ticking noise one is extremely well known. You see, the series was created by my boy Neil Cicerega, which I'm probably saying his name wrong. This is a personal thing because Neil's work has been with me ever since I could remember. When I was really young, it was the Ultimate Showdown, then Potter Puppet Pals, then his amazing music that just mishmashes pop songs. Like, seriously, go check out his mouth albums. The Potter Puppet Pals meme was a bit overdone by the time I got to middle school, but still. Regardless, putting my internet nostalgia aside, this looks like Ron, which is not something you could say with all the characters once again. And the sixth worst is actually from the same set, the statuette Hermione. This just doesn't look like the character at all, and if anything looks like a brunette Ron. And for the fifth best, I love the little Minifigure Factory 2018 promo set, which gave us a phenomenal selection of statuette figures based on existing minifigures. This was the year of the 40th anniversary of LEGO minifigures, so the selection ranged from 1978 to the latest figure being Pixel from 2014. While I think Pixel and the Nurse look great as statuettes, I think my favorite of the bunch would be the blue spaceman. Perhaps it is Betty. Since the original had a blue spacesuit, the whole minifigure being blue is not a problem. The minimal printing for the face and torso is all that's needed. It translated perfect into statuette form. And I don't think the LEGO Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, is terrible overall. I do think it makes the worst list because they did a disservice to a character that was really popular and people wanted, and it just seems kind of rushed out even to this day. I never liked the torso being used here, which is the same as any other LEGO one anti-stud standing baby fig. In the show, the character appears a bit overwrapped in a snug cloak, which makes the character look adorable. Oversized clothes, tiny body, but the LEGO version always has this friggin' weird look of no bulk. Some of the coat details are printed, and I don't think this helps it, and it comes off a bit creepy with the face. Honestly, I don't know, it just doesn't look like Baby Yoda, but looks like a little mini Yoda staring into your soul. The two buildable Grogu are leagues better in capturing this snug coat. Still, I do like that they gave a specialized headpiece, at least for the character. And for the fourth best, only ever available in the $30 Obi-Wan Hutt set from 2020, the Leia Hologram is another great example of the perfect use of statuette format in a minifigure scale set. It's a small Leia, a projected hologram in the movie. A statuette makes perfect sense. I would have never thought about it on my own. I'm glad LEGO made a completely new and unique mold, and I don't think the printing methods we have now are able to make a good print on this figure, but I really don't think this needed printing to capture its iconicity. I think you look at it and you know who it is. So the microfigure of Hermione from the 2010 LEGO Harry Potter board game is awful. For this particular microfigure, this looks nothing like the actual character aside from getting her house right. I mean, aside from when she's dressing up fancy, I never associate the character with wearing lipstick. And I'm sure it's due to printing this on a gray surface, but she does have her incorrect skin color as well. Also, what's with the shoe printing? As much as I'm out of Harry Potter now, there's so much Harry Potter entries on this list because next, for third best, When it comes to the original microfigure baby wrap first introduced in Series 15's Tribal Woman minifigure, my favorite recolor and reprinting is the baby Voldemort from the 2019 Graveyard Duel set. I mean, seeing the menacing mage reduced to an oddly adorable BB makes for a very memorable and hilarious piece. I mean, this is pretty accurate to the Goblet of Fire scene this is based on. A clever, exclusive part recolor and printing. Now, we never got the other, I don't want to say baby, but the tiny Voldemort. For third worst, the LEGO Super Mario 64 question block is one of my least favorite sets of all time and would be the spearhead of a new disappointing sets list. But I feel I've done too many list sequels recently, so I'll hold off. Regardless, the microfigures of this set are actually amazing for the most part. I love the build for the Eye, King Babam, the little Bowser, and even the Micro Peach is done well. Yoshi is a bit iffy. None are my favorite microfigures, however, one is my least favorite, the Mario figure. After seeing how the Microworld nailed the design of two iconic video game characters, even if they weren't super iconic at the time of that set releasing, this Mario sucks, and it was released nearly 10 years later. Somehow LEGO had to capture the front bill, and instead, the final set uses a round slope 1x1 for the hat. Not only is it missing the bill, but there's no M printed on the hat. Hell, LEGO could have had a printed bill and it would have looked better. All the figure has is a mustache print. In real talk, would the exclusive 8-bit Mario piece with the 1x1 anti-stud for the LEGO NES count as a microfigure? Now that would be in my best list. I've been writing this list for a year now, and I picked it back up after retiring it for a bit because I saw the adorable Space Baby from the Brown Classic Spaceman release in LEGO Minifigures Series 24, which came out in January 2023. A completely new headpiece is used here, which has the air tanks and helmets attached. Yeah, I would have preferred if these were two separate parts, but it's not a big deal. As you can tell, I love the blue spaceman love. I mean, it's because I love the LEGO movie and Benny was awesome. The classic space isn't even one of my favorites and is probably my least favorite out of the 4 classic minifigure themes. 3 if you want to be more specific. But I think this baby is straight up adorable. I like the LEGO Incredibles sets a lot more than other people, which played up the film's more cartoonish aspects in a 4+ setting. I thought the minifigures were great. I was fine with Mr. Incredible not being the cool thick version from the video game. However, LEGO dropped the ball on Jack Jack. This is my second worst. No hair. Some new piece should have been thought up, and there's even a small hole at the top of the baby head. But of course, it's cheaper to make no new pieces, and LEGO totally lays out on this minifigure. This is a baby microfigure who totally needed that hair strand. And you know what, I don't want to end on the worst, so let's finish up the worst list. From one of the Encanto storybook sets, the Luisa microdoll is a horrible translation of the character. This has to be the least accurate of any of the microfigures on this list. Lord knows when we're getting more Encanto sets, and we haven't had a Luisa mini doll yet, only this microdoll. First off, what outfit is this? She wears this outfit throughout a majority of the film. And the character of the film is remarkably big and strong, thus the limited microdoll design just using the old format looks strange in comparison to other microdolls. I guess this is how people who love the video game Thick Mr. Incredible feel about the official set minifigure. The hairpiece is the only part which looks like something from the character's appearance. LEGO really botched this figure. Maybe her design was different in the early stages of development with the film and LEGO was like, it's too late to change it. You know, like Hawkeye or like Namor, but whatever. And let's end it off on the best of the microfigures. I will put either the 2 generic AntMan microfigures here. Probably not the one in the strange quantum suit. This is the perfect microfigure. It makes complete sense since if you're not a Marvel watcher, I don't blame you, AntMan has the powers to shrink in size. Of course, if you want to be really technical, this isn't exactly to scale with movies side by side with a minifigure, but it's the best it can be while still having the right amount of printing. These microfigures appeared in the 2016 Captain America Civil War Airport Battle set and in the 2021 Avengers Endgame Final Battle set. Now I'm noticing so many of these were licensed figures, so I want to give an honorable mention to the Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, the LEGO Ideas Storybook set, a very clever perspective change up where we had a giant minifigure, but then a microfigure of Jack, which just had a traditional yellow skin color, because I guess technically it's unlicensed. I don't know, based on a classic fable. Regardless, let me know what you think are the best and worst microfigures. This list was a lot of fun to make, and I'm glad I finally put it out since I have been working on it for a very long time. Subscribe for more LEGO lists and commentary. Special thanks to Starlord Rocks and Purist especially for helping me with the production of this video. And I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.